All right, good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everyone is doing lovely today. Hope everyone is having a great and awesome day today as well. And hope everyone had a blast yesterday as well. So today is the 29th here of July. It's now 6:35 a.m. here in the UK. And we have the UK market opening, well, the London market opening at 8 o'clock, which is about an hour and 25 minutes away, if I'm not mistaken, or even more than that. I'm not quite sure. So let's really just break down what happened yesterday, just so you guys could see what happened yesterday. So on yesterday's stream, got a bit of a fake out with a early buy confirmation from the 215 zone here on gold. However, what then happened after that is that price came down below the zone to confirm the sell. You can see where it tested that 15-minute rejection line here. Came down, tested that 15-minute rejection line, closed below the 15-minute rejection line, came back in to the zone to then confirm another short right here. And then from there, price basically tanked and went all the way down to full TP, as you can see, down to that 4 hour that 4 hour support. So yeah, pretty decent setup that was. So it was just a quick fake out in the earlier segment of the stream, and then it confirmed the overall move later on. Now, I was explaining something yesterday here as well in regards to the where prices could actually go on the daily time frame, which we can see that it has tapped into these areas as well, rejected from there, came into the secondary area here as well, but it also tested the this support here on the daily time frame, as you can see. But price is rejecting up nicely right now, but I'm wondering as well if today could also be the day where we actually see price push down into this support area here on the daily time frame. I do know we do have a lot of news that should be releasing. Let me just have a quick look again for today. I know yesterday there was a no news day, but today, all right. So today we do have at 3 p.m. That's 3 p.m. UK time. We do have Joel's job openings coming on, and we also have CB consumer confidence coming on around the same time. So that's a red folder and also a orange folder news. Around the same time today, so we should be possibly be seeing some volume coming in at that time. But then into tomorrow is going to be like a crazy day. For the rest of the week, it's going to be a crazy day as well. So overall, in all fairness, what I think, based on how the news are structured to be released, if they do come out badly, let's say if they do come out in a good light to the US dollar, we could actually see the price of gold really tank way below the 3,300 price, right? Possibly even dropping all the way down to 3,100. But that's if the news, all the news come out in the proper way for the US dollar to show that there's more strength than weakness in the US dollar. We could see the price going really, really low. But if it does come out bad for the US dollar, then we could actually be seeing price pushing back to the 3,400 to 3,500. So that's what I think may happen. But for right now, I have to basically, because I don't hold on to long positions, I have to really analyze the chart where it's at right now, and then I can basically take an entry. So while we wait for those news to come out, let's dive into it for today. Let me just go down to the, I need to remove some of all of these arrows and stuff, and then begin to mark out today's position. Well, morning, Sue. What's up? You're on the YouTube today? Thank you for the support. Okay, so let's jump down to the 15-minute time frame here. Okay, so jumping down to the 15-minute time frame here. I haven't seen on TT. What do you mean? You're not seeing the stream on TT? All right, let's find the 630 candle. 615, 630 is just at the top of this range here. No, I get what TT means. I was just asking, you said you can't see it, so I was wondering, what do you mean by you can't see it? So the 630 candle right there, that's going to be the point of interest. Really? That's very interesting and very new as well. Did you unfollow me? Did you block me? But I am live there right now, in all fairness. Let me know if you still can't see it. All right, so I'm using the 215 technique. My point of interest price is at 3317. That could explain it. Well, you'd have to unblock me first. So this should be this should be my sell line here. All right, so that's just $2 below the point of interest there. So that's 3315. Also doing the same thing on the above here as well. Good morning, Adrian. Hope you're doing well. That's going to be 3319.518. And this should be my buy line. Still on the 15-minute time frame here. So this area here between my buy line to my sell line is going to be referred to as my 215 zone. Let me know if you're still unable to find it though. That's at my 215 zone right there. Okay, all right, now that I have identified my 215 zone, and this is my 630 215 zone here that I'm working with today. In all fairness, I love the structure right now. Looking at the structure right now, I love the structure right now based on how it looks. We do have a pretty clean open range to travel back upwards as well if price does tend to want to push in that direction. So let's see what's going to happen. So now that I have my 215 zone, I'm going to measure 15 pips below and above the 215 zone to basically get my 15-minute rejection areas here. So just in this little area here, There has to be an easier way to do this, but that's fine. So that's going to be my 50-minute rejection right here. Doing the same thing on the above here as well. Yeah, that's the 50-minute rejection. Okay, now that I got that, where are my alerts? My alerts should be very far away because of the price. Okay, so I'm gonna put my alerts here on my sell line. My sell alert on my 50-minute rejection sell side, and also the buy alert on the 50-minute rejection buy side. All right, good. Now that I have that all marked out, let's go to the 30-minute time frame so I can identify my target areas. So I'm looking for my closest 30-minute support. That's like 40 pips away. Could either use that area there or even that area here as well, but it's pretty close though, so might as well. But what does it look like on the 1 hour time frame? Okay, all right, so I'm going to use this area here as my 30-minute support. I think that's maybe about 30 pips away from that 50-minute rejection price, so that's going to be my 30-minute support right there. And then I'm going to go to the top here as well just to see if I can identify a 30-minute resistance. I'm going to use the wicks for this candle right here, because looking here, I don't have any 30-minute resistance. Well, you do have, but they're quite some distance away, so I'm going to go with this area first. All right, now the reason why I identify these areas is because if I'm supposed to get a long position, then my TPs would be at my resistance. If I was supposed to get a short position, then my TP would be at my supports. All right, so that's basically why I identify these areas here as well. So if I go to the 1 hour time frame, looking at the 1 hour time frame, let's need to identify the closest support here as well. But what I'm going to do in this scenario is that I'm going to use these wicks here as my supports, just as I did before. Reason being, as you can see, these supports here are basically covered by the 30-minute support line right there, and I could use this area here, but it's quite some distance away from that 30-minute support. So to make it a bit more realistic, I'm just going to use the wicks of these candles here. If I go to the top side here as well, I could possibly use this area here as well, but that's quite some distance from that. Oh, that's like another 40 pip move again from that area, but that is perfectly fine though. I could still use it. That's not too bad, because if my price is moving upwards from through that 30-minute resistance, it's more than likely going to go to that 1 hour resistance here as well. All right, so that's okay. That's how I highlighted there. So let's go to the 4 hour time frame just to see what we're looking at here. So the closest 4 hour support right here is just down at the bottom here below. So that's the 4 hour, and then if I go to the looking towards the top here as well, I'm just gonna use this resistance here. So that would be my my final TP. So my TP1 would be at the 30-minute resistance R support. My TP2 would be at my 1 hour support R resistance, and my TP3 would be at my 4 hour support R resistance. It basically just means, well, I'll explain it in a few minutes, just the same. Let's look at the daily time frame just to see if we have any support and resistance on the daily time frame that is in my trading range or in my trading space here. So let's see. So we do have this little daily support here, but that is covered by that 4 hour support, so I don't need to highlight that. Moving upwards or inwards, you can see here where there's this support right here. It's covered by my 1 hour support and also my 30-minute support as well, so I'm not too worried about that bit. And if we look into the 215 zone area here, we do have these supports or resistance here, all depending on how you want to look at it, but that's covered by my point of interest. I'm pretty much my buy line and my sell line. So these are all quite covered. That here as well is covered by my 30-minute resistance. Is only, yeah. So in all fairness, I would say that the supports on the daily time frame is covered by my my trading range, basically. So from my 4 hour all the way down to my 50-minute support and resistance, they're all covered on there. So that's quite good. So I don't really have to worry about the daily time frame for any surprises right now. So let's jump down to the 5-minute time frame here. Let's jump down to the 5-minute time frame here. Let's break down ultimately what I'd be looking for if I was to take any positions here today on gold. In all fairness, as I said before, I really do like the structure here that gold is trending at right now, that it has created up, down, nice structure, very clean range towards the left and also clean range well, towards the downside here as well. All right, just before I mark out my analysis and tell you what I'm looking for my longs and my short, just give me just a moment here and I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, all right. Now remember, guys, if you haven't yet subscribed to 215 Trades, definitely do go ahead and do so. It's the home channel for the 215 technique. So if you want to see more about the 215 technique and understand how the strategy works, then this is definitely the place for you to be. Additionally, as well, if you haven't yet joined my Telegram as well, my Telegram link is in the bio of my TikTok page. Likewise, it's also on the YT description here as well. Additionally, it just shows some love to the channel as well. Don't be shy. All right, good. So this is the 215 zone. This is the 630 215 zone. Now this is what I am expecting to happen today. Sylvia, are you still on? Are you still having trouble finding the TikTok stream? Okay, so I'm doing the 215 retest today, and here are a few things that needs to happen for me to be looking to go for logs here. All right, now this is the 630 215 zone, and I also have my 50-minute rejection price here. All right, so what I'm ultimately looking to see happen here, is that if price was to break above my 215 zone here, if price was to break above my 215 zone and test my 50-minute rejection line on the buy side, and when I say test it, I don't mean just test it with just a wick, but I need to see test it with like a body candle close, right? So if I could get a body candle close above this 50-minute rejection area here, that's a very strong test. All right, that's the first step. So there are three things that price has to do to confirm any entry at all using the 215 technique, right? And the first thing basically meaning that it has to break the zone and it has to test this 50-minute rejection area here. All right, so when it tests it, it needs to test it with a body candle close. Okay, so once it tests it with the body candle close above that area, I will then wait for the second thing to happen, and the second thing, which is basically a retracement. So a retracement from these prices from that 15-minute rejection price, right? From that 15-minute rejection price for a price to pull back down into, okay, for price to pull back down into the 215 zone, right? So first thing would be that test, that breaking that test of that 15-minute rejection price. Second thing would need to be a retracement back into my 215 zone with a candle close inside my 215 zone, right? Not just by a wick inside my 215 zone, but a proper candle close inside my 215 zone, all right? Once it has done that, then the final and third thing that I need to wait for to see a confirmation would be to see price break above my 215 zone, right? Closing above my buy line, okay? Closing above my buy line, not exceeding this 15-minute rejection price here. And then that would be a perfect confirmation for me to go for a long position from these areas. So what will happen is that you will be seeing me doing something like so. I'm going for a long position from these areas, putting my stop loss just at the bottom of my 215 zone, and then my full on TP will basically be at my 4-hour resistance. Okay, and this is why I mark out my 30-minute resistance, my 1-hour resistance, and my 4-hour resistance, because these prices are basically going to be, right? So this would be my TP2, right? My 1-hour resistance is going to be my TP2, okay? And then if I move to that 4-hour resistance, that is going to be my TP3, all right? The 30-minute resistance, of course, is going to be my first TP, so it's going to be my TP1 target, okay? Now, that is what needs to happen. These three things is what needs to happen. First, I need to get that break from that zone for price to push up in these directions to basically test that 15-minute rejection line here, okay? Once price tests that 15-minute rejection line here, okay, once price tests that 15-minute rejection line here, okay, I then need to wait for price to pull back into the zone, close inside the zone, and this is on the 5-minute time frame. All of this is happening on the 5-minute time frame. Close back inside the zone, okay, and then the third thing would basically be for it to push up over the zone, closing above that zone, not exceeding that 15-minute rejection price. Then at that point in time, I would be interested in going for a long position to target the higher time frame resistance as my TPs. Okay, but right, but but we understand how oh, you finally unblocked me, nice. We understand how gold works, and we know that sometimes it doesn't do what we think it may do. It just really just goes wherever. So let's say price doesn't want to push up higher. Let's say price actually does want to tank lower. It wants to go below the 3,300 mark. It wants to go back in the 3,200 numbers range. What will be the confirmation for me to say, okay, I am going to go with that movement? Well, if price was to push below, okay, you guys following? If price was to push below my 215 zone here, if price was to push below my 215 zone here and test this 50-minute rejection price below the 215 zone, and when I say tested, I basically meaning that I should get a body candle close below that line, below my 50-minute rejection line, right? If I get a body candle close below my 50-minute rejection line, right, I would then need to wait for price to pull back from these areas, just as how I will be waiting for it to do it the same for the buy, for the long. I need to wait for it to pull back into the 215 zone, okay, into the 215 zone with a candle close inside the zone, okay. Once I get a candle close inside the zone, I then need to wait for a rejection from the 215 zone and a close below the 215 zone, just below my sell line, not exceeding my 15-minute rejection line. Then at that point in time, I would be interested, right? If it was to create that structure, I would then be interested, okay, to go for a short position in that instance, in this instance here. I'd be interested in to go for a sharp position here, putting my SL just at the top of the zone. Okay, just at the top of the zone there. And my full on TP would be at my 4-hour support. So likewise, doing the reverse here is at my 30-minute support here, my 30-minute support here, right here. All right, my 30-minute support here is going to be my first TP target. So like so. And then my second TP target is going to be my 1-hour support price, right? And then my third and final TP target is going to be my 4-hour support, right? So that is what I am looking for today. So waiting for price to test my areas, and as when it tests my areas, at that point I will react to the price action of gold, and I'll basically look to take my entries. If you understand what I just said, if you understand this, or you need me to go over it again, if you understand it, put 215 in the chat. If you don't understand it, just say you don't, and I'll explain it yet again. Okay. Okay, Nade understands. Nice, 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 nice. Come on, guys. Don't be shy to show some love to the channel, my friends. Don't be shy. All right, so I'm going to send this, my chart markup here. I'm going to send it in the Telegram group. I'm going to send it in the Telegram group right now as we speak. Sending this now in the Telegram group, guys. So if you need to have a closer look at the chart, you can. Need to upgrade this thing. Yeah, I'll do that today. Yes, I just sent the chart, the picture of the chart here in the Telegram group so you guys can see it better for you guys. Nice, nice. Thanks. You guys understand. Brilliant. Okay. Okay, now while that is doing that, it's now 7:03 a.m. Let's jump over to EU to see what's going on here on EU. Now, looking at EU from yesterday, yesterday was a pretty decent entry. Yesterday taking on Euro USD. As you can see here, price broke that 215 zone, closed below that 215 zone, entered that short position, was able to take full TP on that down to the 4 hour, up down to the 4 hour, what you call that, 4 hour support, total of 30 pips. But if you look at that as well, look at that massive drop. Look at that massive drop, huh? Look at that massive drop. Look at that massive drop. That went down by 154 pips. That's a Lamborghini price, that is. That would be a Lamborghini trade, that is, as well. Do you use? Yes, I do. Yeah, that's why I can add so many alerts on, because if you don't have that version of it, of TradingView, it doesn't allow you to add so many alerts. All right, so let's see if we can dive into EU today again. Let's see if I can cook up some decent pips as I did yesterday here on EU. So let's go to the 50-minute time frame and let's see if we can find the opening candle for the 7 o'clock candle. I think the 7 o'clock candle would be right in the mix right here, right in the centerpiece here of this. And then we'll basically have a quick look at DXY here as well to see what's going on here. All right, so this is the point of interest here on EU. We're back in the 1.15 price range again. So that shows you that the markets are correcting. I think it was on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. I believe on Sunday, what's his name? Donald Trump did meet with the EU president. They are working out some tariff deals. Like, I think they've already worked it out, if I'm not mistaken. So this could be one of the reasons why the market is moving as such as well. So let's see overall what is going to be happening here. So this is going to be my sell line, and ultimately this is going to be my 215 zone. Come on, guys, don't be shy to show the channel some love. Don't be shy, don't be shy. All right, so let's go now. So that's the 215 zone highlighted. Let's go to the 30-minute time frame, see what we can have identified here in the 30-minute time frame. There's a 30-minute support right here. I'm gonna have to highlight it because that means that we could be looking for a rejection of this price here. So I need to see how price reacts to this 30. There's a close 30-minute support here, so I need to see how price reacts to it before I look to take any entries here on EU, in all fairness. And then let me just mark out these areas here, the bottom of these wicks. As the 30-minute support. It's also the same as well above right here. There's a 30-minute resistance right outside of the zone, which is very close, so I need to be mindful of this. So I need to wait and see how price reacts to these areas, because what I've noticed is that whenever there's like a 30-minute support or resistance like really close to the zone, it sometimes then change from a breakthrough entry, from a breakout entry to like a retest and a reversal entry in a sense. So let's say from here, if it tests there, it would be a sell. If it tests here, it would be a buy, that kind of thing. So I have to wait and see how price actually reacts to these areas firstly before I take any positions here on EU. So need to track that and see, but I'll monitor it. I guess what I'll do in this instance is that I'll, instead of having my alert here at the buy line, I'm going to put my alert here just above there on that 30-minute that mini 30-minute resistance, and I'm going to do the same thing for that sell as well. Because I want to see what will happen when price comes into this area, right? And also when price comes in to test this area here as well. So let's see. So I've already placed my alerts there as well. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame to see what we're looking at. See if I can identify any 1 hour. Ooh, that's a pretty, you see, that's a very clean open range for price to push back up through, in all fairness. So I'm guessing that over here we do have 3 1 hour resistance all in the same little area here. So that's good. I need to go below that 30-minute support to see if I can find 1 hour. I'm gonna have to go massively far away to the left. Because I don't think EU has been in the 1.15 price region for a long while. It hasn't been here. Well, I can check that on the daily time frame, can I? Yes, I can. Let's go to the 4 hour as well. Let's just use here as the 4 hour resistance, and then let's move to this section here, and I'll just use here. As the 4 hour. Okay. All right. Now I wanted to see the daily time frame because I'm pretty sure that EU has not been here for a while. All right. So let's look at the daily time frame. These were the 18th of June when price was actually in this area here. 18th of June to the 20th of June, it was back in. So basically more than a month ago, but now price is actually back here. Yet again, look at this massive down candle. That's only just 1 day, and that was yesterday. Was that yesterday, or was that last week? Friday, I believe. Price is pushed all the way down here, so it could be a pretty pivotal area. We already have this daily candle open, and it's already red. It could be a very pivotal place where price could actually react from the support areas here to basically climb and going back upwards. But if this daily candle continue to fall, we could be looking to see price coming down to test these areas a little bit more between 1.15 and 1.14 as well. And I think this week as well, as I said, we do have like so much news coming out, not only today. Well, today is just the beginning of it, but tomorrow and the rest of the week, there's a lot of news coming out, and it's going to be quite pivotal in the market, where we're going to be seeing a lot of volume coming in, and all that crazy volume from those high impact news should definitely be transferred into the market, and we could be seeing the markets doing some crazy things. So let's go and see what's going to happen here. Let's have a quick look here at DXY as well. You can see where DXY has been climbing steadily, which basically is what has caused this massive down move here on EU. So let's just look at the 30-minute. I'm still on the 30-minute time frame here. Just need to measure to make sure my zones are still accurate, as they do look like as if they are, but I'm guessing I can actually adjust them just a little bit. I'll say maybe let's put this one to the tip of that wick. Right there. That one is okay. I think I'm going to put this one, maybe adjust it like so, bring it down a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm okay with my trading zones here on DXY. So overall, for those who are wondering why do I look at DXY while I look at EU, so it's simple really. So DXY, in the sense, it moves opposite of EU. So based on how EU is moving, it yeah, this zone is quite small though. Why do you even need to have such small zones? Why not make them? But it's dependent on the structure, in all fairness, because it's gonna react to it anyways. So based on how DXY moves, because DXY moves opposite of EU. So if I see DXY going up on the 30-minute, that means EU should be going down, that kind of thing. So they're like inverse. So I track the movement of DXY, and I'll also look at EU here as well to really see what's going on. The zones here on DXY though are a bit choppy though, in all fairness. So as I said, and I think that's why we have that 30-minute support and resistance so close to the zone. So we need to track to see how price reacts when it comes into these areas. So let's leave EU for now. Let that cook, let that simmer for a bit. It's now 7:15 a.m. here in the UK. Let's get back over onto gold to see what's going on here on gold. I think gold can go to 3 grand. Yeah, it's not impossible. As I said, this week is going to be very, very pivotal, because if this week, based on the series of high impact news that are being released, if these news are released in a sense where it is very good for the currency, then we should be seeing like the reverse of that in the market, even though it can be manipulated, don't get me wrong. But if all of them came up to say that the US dollar is doing very great at the moment, then we should be seeing it, the price of gold fall. But the thing with gold as well is that we have to be mindful that once anyone sees, once most of these traders, they see the price of gold going too low, they're gonna basically buy back in. They're gonna buy back in. So if you look at the daily, time frame, right? Let's look at the daily time frame, right? If you look at the daily time, oh, can I hide these? I should be able to hide. Where is it? Layers. Hold on. I'm going to hide these so I can. All right, so you guys can see the chart cleaner. Now look at it. Now this is the daily time frame. Now gold has really been here before quite a few times, as you can see, coming from all these ranges looking to the left, right? But what do you notice is that each time price really comes into these areas, well, it broke below it a few times, yes, and it went down a bit. But majority of the times when gold actually gets into this area, you can see where the market tends to push the price back up, right? So you could clearly see that, and I think in this area we could be looking to see for price to actually continue to push back up to test to these higher areas, because once anyone see, most of these traders, once they see the price of gold coming down lower, they tend to look for like some strong buys here as well to get the price back up. So but if it does flip and it does push through, then we can see price going back to 3,200 again. But again, once it gets into these areas again, you can see where persons are really just buying the price of gold again for it to actually be pushing up higher again. So it's in that pivotal area here where we could see price actually go back to about 3,400 here as well. All right, come on, guys. Let's show the channel some love. Don't be shy now. Don't be shy now. Remember to subscribe to 215 Trades. Welcome back, Capo. How are you? Just here chilling in the market, Capo. I just finished a night shift. What time is it where you at right now? Oh, UK time. Nice. Oh, so you basically just got home. You just got home. Wow. Damn, bro. Nice. Sunny Bunny. That's a cool handle. What does the 215 zone mean? All right, so the 215 zone is a key area which I use to basically look for breakout entries on gold. What it is that, well, what I would recommend firstly, just to go here, I do go to 215 trades here. I do have a 15-minute video on there which really explains the 215 thing. There are videos actually on there where you can watch and it explains it. So if you go here and you subscribe to the channel, then you can have a watch of it, and you don't even have to subscribe. You can just go over there and just watch the video and it will explain it to you, explain what the 215 zone is all about. But in all fairness, it's basically just marking the point of the current trading price of gold and adding $2 to it and minusing $2 from it to get the 215 zone, and then you use that area as sort of like your bus station where price comes into it and go out to it. Capo, I remember when I was when I first got out of college and I was working for the first time. It was, I think I was working while I was going to school as well, and it was all late shifts. Like, so I used to finish school, get home, go to work, get back in like in the early mornings, and then sleep for maybe about 2 hours, 3 hours, back to school again. I had to stop though because I was at school and sleeping in class as well. I didn't even know that I was sleeping because I got in the class, sat down, laying my head back, and by the time I heard some noise, class is already finished. And in college, bro, in college the instructors are what they call. They're not gonna say to you, they're not gonna wake you up, they're not gonna say anything to you, they're just gonna continue on with their class. So that was like very, was hard. And big shout out to a lot of persons who actually do that, like work at school and work while going to school. That's up to you guys. It does. It really does take a lot because I had to travel a distance away from where work from where well close. The good thing is, well, school and work was pretty close together, but I still had to travel a distance away from home to get to school and work. So it was really crazy. Yeah, they don't care. It's not like if you're going to high school and all of that, they will say something to you. In college, no, they don't say anything to you. Especially my programming teacher. Yeah, he didn't care. Well, she didn't care. Yeah, what time is it now? It's now 7:25 a.m. here. We can see where price is moving a little bit slow. Generally, price will tend to kick up around 8 o'clock when the London market do open. London market opens in the next 35 minutes here as well. Come on, guys. Do not be shy to show the channel some love. Just show the channel some love. Don't be afraid. Remember as well, if you haven't yet subscribed to 215 Trades, definitely go ahead and do so. The Telegram link as well is also in my TikTok bio, so you can hit that link and join my 215 Trades group as well. Yeah, we do have some news today, Khalid. Hi, Khalid. Haven't seen you in a while, my friend. How are you doing today? We do have some news coming out today at 3 o'clock UK time. It's just two news to be fair. They have the George job openings and the CB consumer confidence, but tomorrow is going to be the day where there's going to be a lot of news coming out across a lot of currencies, not just USD, but you have also Australian dollar. Is it Australian dollar? AUD. You have USD, you have Euro news, you have CAD news coming out as well. So there's going to be a lot of injection of volume inside of the market tomorrow from all different angles. So if you do trade in the New York session, if you do take entries in the New York session, then you should be in for a very good roller coaster of a ride of volume. Yeah, I've been all right. I've been all right, bro. I've been all right. Hope your boss man not giving you too much trouble, and gave you a raise. I left college to get a job. I ran through a lot of business ideas until I got into. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I was in college. My plan was to take over the world. Would you imagine? Not for the bad, but for the good. And I had a brilliant plan behind of it. I had a brilliant plan behind of doing it, and it could have worked. I wouldn't do it all by myself, because I was in programming and all of that, so wouldn't do it all by myself. And if you think about it, think about where we're going. Think about where we're going as a species in regards from a technological angle. You realize that today's day we are now more reliant on computers more than anything else, and in the future it's going to be a case where the programmers are really going to be the persons who really control society. Just think about it, because that's definitely where we're going to go, because majority of what we do now are smart, have AI chips in it, but who's programming those? Yep. So that's why I say they can always control the world. They can take over the world if they want, because they can code, they can program, they can hack, they can do all of that. I could be sitting here right now and someone hacks into my PC and does all of that. What could I do? I couldn't do anything about it. I could run and plug the computer out or turn my internet off. That kind of thing. Come on, guys, show the channel some love. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Why are you crying, Capo? All right, so gold is now just slowly trickling up to that area here. We still have EU outside the zone. It does, yeah, it is random. It is very random. Majority, if of the things that I speak on there is quite random. But I'm speaking truth though. I'm speaking truth, and I think that's why that's where my interest comes from for like for movies. Based on the movies that I watch, I tend to watch movies that are more that's either zombie related or Terminator related, that kind of thing, because I like the thrill of the end game in a sense. Have you ever seen Mickey? Is it? Yeah, I think it's called Mickey. Mickey. Oh, why did it do that? Is it? Have you ever seen Mickey before? Is it Mickey? I think it's called Mickey 19. Was a good one as well. I think it was recently released, if I'm not mistaken. Would you guys say that this area has been properly tested? This 15-minute rejection price. Would you guys say that it has been properly tested? Let me know, guys. Would you say that this 15-minute rejection line has been properly tested? I think it's Mickey. I think it's Mickey 19, or if it's Mickey. Is Mickey something though? I think it was released earlier on this year. Mickey 17. I'm way off, bro. So it's Mickey 17, not Mickey 19 or 16. It's Mickey 17. Why would you say that it has been tested? Yeah, it's a good movie. If you're into interstellar kind of movies, and that would be a very good one for you to watch. I think I turned on my tracking on my camera. So if I move, it's going to follow. gonna follow me. So no, I wouldn't say this. So based off what I'm looking for, I wouldn't say it has been tested properly as of yet, because we're still, the candle is rejecting from it. It hasn't broken or closed above it. So it would be best just to wait for it to close above that line here. It's now 7:35 anyways. So the London market does open in about 25 minutes here as well. So we do have some time until London opening, but because what I'm ultimately looking for is I want to see the candle close above it, and the reason why we want to see it close above it is that we need to the market has to clearly show to us that it has the potential to actually do go higher. So if it's rejecting from it, that basically means that it's not ready to go higher as of yet. So we need to see it to actually break it and close above it. Because if you look at it now, you can see where the price is pushing back down aggressively down into the zone. That's a massive rejection, that is, though. Wait a minute, I didn't get another. I didn't get an alert here on EU. You can see DXY is pushing up aggressively. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, EU is long gone. Look at that. Unless it pulls back to the 215 zone here, that's massive though. Guess that's what we've seen here as well on gold. Hey John, welcome back, my friend. Because I have inverted fair value gaps. Yeah, it does have the potential to go up. It also has the potential to go down here as well. But it's really just waiting right now. It's really just a waiting game right now. In all fairness, so far it hasn't done anything definitive for me to say it wants to go up or it wants to go down. It did reach up to test that buy 50-minute rejection, but it rejected from it exactly, and not even, it doesn't have it didn't even break above it. So that is just showing me that, well, yeah, I can go up, but I don't have enough strength right now to do it, kind of things. I need to wait. Looking at EU right now, EU basic that massive candle just pushed through that 30-minute resistance that on the white broken lines. So right now, if price was to actually pull back now, if price was to pull back now to the zone like so, if the price was to pull back to the zone like so, I would be interested in trying for a short here on EU, in all fairness. So let's see what's gonna happen here. Yeah, gold is pushing down right now. Is anyone in any position? Come on, guys. Let's remember to show the channel some love. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. We're red on the 30-minute. I don't quite see. I don't understand the fair value gap thing, kind of in a sense. EU look good for a buy. It depends. Yeah, if you could say so, but you just have to be mindful that if you look at DXY is climbing right now. DXY hasn't shown any signs of rejection as of yet, so you might not want to go for a long on EU just yet until it's more clearly defined, kind of thing. but the US dollar hasn't been falling. Look at the XY. Let's look at the daily time frame on the XY. It fell, but it's recovering right now. We can say that it's in a very it's in a key resistance area right here though, where we could see it reject and go back down, but it hasn't shown any signs of rejection just as yet, so it can easily push through these areas to basically take it back to above 100. So it has been climbing now, and that's one of the strong reasons why we have EU going down like so right now. And look, this is a 30-minute time frame here in DXY, and this 30-minute candle is pretty strong, as you can see. And EU is also coming down here as well. So it depends. I guess you could maybe get in on a quick scalp from here, possibly a quick scalp to maybe ride it back to the zone. But it depends on what entry model you're using, in all fairness. Yeah, no, the fair value gap thing is sometimes it gets confusing because there's always going to be a fair value gap on some time frame, and I was like, when do you actually take an entry? Which I guess if you study it, you will understand it and it makes sense. But to me, it's very confusing. Give me a moment, guys. Oh, hey, Rude. Yeah, so the entry, the first confirmation that Gold did yesterday from our 215 zone was a fake out. Got hit on that one as well though, but it then confirmed the short afterwards. So what it did is that it went up yesterday, confirmed the buy, right? The buy, but then it took out the buy, went down, tested 15-minute rejection price, tested twice, retraced to the zone, confirmed the short, and then it basically just ran with the short from there. So the first one was a bit it was a fake out, but it did confirm it, in all fairness, following the rules and all of that. But that's just how it is, bro. Where would you need to close for an entry? Hold on, I'll explain that again in a bit. Yeah, that's still confusing, Capo. No, that's not bad. BTC has been moving quite good as well. I haven't looked at US 30 in a while. Oh wait, I didn't close the fridge. Hold on, guys. Okay. All right. So looking at gold right now, let's see. Look at EU. Okay, EU might be coming back to the zone. That's fine. All right. So looking at gold right now. Come on, guys. Don't be shy to show the channel some love. Remember, if you haven't yet subscribed to 215 Trades, definitely go ahead and do so, okay? Now, for gold right now, for me to be interested in going for longs here on gold price, what I need to see happen firstly is that I need to see price break. Price would have to break above the 215 zone. Have to break above the 215 zone and close above the 15-minute rejection price. Okay, so not like how we came here and rejected from the 15-minute rejection. It has to close above the 15-minute rejection price. Then it needs to pull back into the zone, then close above the 215 zone like so, right? Now, why I want to see it close above the 15-minute rejection price is because I want the market to show me that, look, I do have the potential to actually go higher, because the 15-minute rejection prices, they're usually quite strong and they usually do affect the market as well. So I have to be mindful of that and take that into consideration, and just to make sure that the price does break above it. Okay, so the price have to first break above it and close above the 15-minute rejection. Once it breaks and close above, I'll then wait for a retracement to the zone, then a rejection from the zone. So it has to close, retrace to the zone, then reject from the zone. It's now 7:45 a.m. so it's now just basically just waiting for London to open. Yeah, it's doing it now, so it's breaking above the zone, but it needs to close above above that 15-minute rejection price. Yeah, we keep on going. Yep. You entered at 3310. Well, if you oh, nice, then you should be up pretty nicely, because if you entered at 3310, you entered Capo. That means then that you were, while you were at work, you were trading when you were at work today, Capo, because you entered when price hit that 30-minute support in this little area here. So you entered at work, Capo. Does the boss man know that you're trading while they're at work? Is that what this was like? What, 5:25 a.m. thereabout? I guess you were getting ready to the clock out, anyways. Yeah, that is correct, John. So we need a closure above the 15-minute rejection, then a retracement to a retest of the 215 zone. And when I say retest of the 215, it has to come back and close in the zone, then close above the zone. Fair enough. I think that's wrong, though. Bosses should be at the night shift as well, because if we have to stay up all night doing whatever we're doing, then they should go through that pressure as well. And then they come in the morning and say, oh, why was this not done? Were you here last night to see all of this trouble that I had to go through? So basically three things. Let me just label them. So first, we have to get a close. So the first thing, we have to get a close above this area, right? The second thing, we have to get a close inside, right? And then the third thing, we get a close above zone. Yeah, so those are the three things. So one, close above that 15-minute rejection price. Second thing we need to wait for is a close inside the 215 zone. Then third thing, we need to wait for a close above that buy line, not exceeding that 15-minute rejection price. Looking at DXY is still pushing up aggressively here. As you can see, I don't see that EU is going to come back anytime soon. And I think basically, by the looks of, because this is pretty much the same thing that happened yesterday, where we got that strong push up on DXY, then that we were able to take that chart yesterday on EU, but in this time around, it didn't quite confirm this. But looking at it now, even though gold is doing this, I don't think it wants to go up. I think it's doing the same thing it did yesterday, signaling for the buys first, and then it's just gonna tank. I think that's what it ultimately wants to do. I think that's why it's just doing a bit of a fake out, unless the fake out is not on gold, but the fake out is actually on DXY, and it's doing that fake out now to basically fall, and then gold actually is going in the correct direction here as well. However, it still hasn't confirmed. It hasn't done anything for me to say that is going to confirm the buy as of yet, so there's no entry confirmed for me as of yet right now. Okay, I see. Yeah, well, if it works for you, bro, it works for you. We're in the middle of the 4-hour fair value gap right now. Let me look at the 4-hour and see if I can understand. But how is this a 4-hour value gap though? There's only 2 candles. Doesn't it have to be 3 candles to be a fair value gap? Or am I mistaken? Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought that the fair value gap had to had 3 candles for it to be a fair value gap. Is that not right? You have an indicator. Okay. So this is not quite a fair value gap then. Or is it only a fair value gap when you have an... You see what I'm saying? It's so confusing. So is it... You know what? I'm not even going to try to wrap my head around that strategy, bro. Hats off to you. If you understand that it is working for you, bro, it's all fine. So one of these are something is trying to do a fake out there. It's either DXY is trying to do a fake out or gold is trying to do a fake out here. Because let's see. So 2 minutes until this candle closes. Now 7:52 a.m. here in the UK. We do have the London market opening in about 7 minutes. Come on, guys, don't be shy to show the channel some love. Remember as well, if you haven't yet subscribed to the home group channel, that is 215 Trades, definitely go ahead and do so. Would be interesting to know the rules behind that indicator as well. Is that a paid indicator or is it just is it a free orb? The XY is blasting through the zones. I like the simplicity. Yeah, because you understand the basics of the strategy, so it will make sense to you. All right, so this is the first close above. This is going to be the first close above that 15-minute rejection price here. Well, that's if it closes above there. These three charts are saying the opposite to what this is saying right now. Yep, that's the first close. That's the first test of that 15-minute rejection. Bro, if you fake me out today, if you fake me out another time today, man. This would have been such a lovely trade here on EU if the candle had closed in that little area here, giving us that little retest here as well for us to capitalize on that massive down move here on EU. That's crazy. Look at that. I genuinely don't think gold is gonna go. This in its sense, the gold should not be going higher. Gold should not be going higher with this massive move here on the XY. It could be a fake out, yes, but it's a pretty strong move. That's not no normal move. That's a lot. Did something happen just now? Was there any news release? Did something happen internationally or something? What's going on here? Right now, by the looks of it, just looking at this DXY move and how EU is moving, this is looking like a pretty, like this is about to be a fake out here. Well, let's see though. We still have London open in about 4 minutes as well, so I need to see what London is really going to come in and do. Maybe London will come in and correct what's going on here. Would have the first look of what an inversion, let's say Capo, let's say I didn't know, right? Let's say I didn't know anything about trading. In simple terms, explain what your strategy is. Explain what that inversion Asian strategy is. You see that? All right, so I'm just being fair right now. Looking at this massive up move here on DXY, I'm pretty sure gold is not going to go any higher, and I think overall what's going to happen here is that the price of gold is going to tank right now in a few minutes. Look, you see this? You only usually see this when news happens. I didn't get an alert. Let me check investing.com to be fair, if they have it. Did Trump say something just now? I don't know. Maybe. Breaking news 2 minutes ago. AstraZeneca. Bitcoin. No. Don't see anything on this. No, don't see anything on this. But okay, So you see that you only usually see this when news happens. So right now, just waiting because I'm pretty sure you want to go lower, gold. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see a massive sell candle. Pretty sure we're gonna see a massive sell candle here on gold. Already starting to see we're gonna see a massive sell candle here on gold. Look, you see that? This is not normal. Gold is moving slow behind, but we're gonna see a massive sell candle on gold. We're gonna see a massive sell candle. Could capitalize on that move, just enter a small position. But is that a strategy, my friend? No. So stick to your strategy. Why you want to do that? Because you see that. It's now 8 o'clock here as well. So let's see what London is going to do. As soon as London open, we can see that rejection here on DXY. But how strong of a rejection is that going to be? Is anyone in any positions right now on gold or even on EU? Anyone in a long or a short here on EU or on gold? Let me know. This is the interesting bit. So it has already tested that area. So basically, if gold was to come back above the buy line, it would be confirming a long position here on gold. But looking at how the behavior of the XY and even the EU, taking these two charts into consideration, this is telling me that there should be a short position in coming in here on gold. Strength of the DXY has greatly increased over the past 30 minutes. Here, the price is pushing up. So DXY, it usually translates into gold, but it tends to translate a little bit later than. So it's an immediate translation into EU, but translating from DXY into gold is usually a bit delayed, as you can see, because this down move was great on EU, but you still didn't see all of that on gold. You did see a small move down, but not a massive move down. So it's now 8:03 a.m. here, still waiting just to see what's going to happen. Remember, guys, if you haven't yet joined the Telegram group is in the bio of my TikTok page. Additionally, as well, do subscribe to 215 Trades here. 700 prof, and it's 8 a.m. Love it. Nice. Did you take a position just now, John? Took 2 sells. Yeah, that made sense. That definitely made sense. It was struggling to beat the deposit there. Pretty decent push downwards. That was. I would have to see a great pullback here on DXY and reversal here on EU to make this make sense for longs right now. But right now it's struggling a bit. It's now 8:05 a.m. here in the UK. London market opened about 5 minutes ago here as well. So let's just see what the London boys and gals really want to do with the market here today. Look at a 15-minute time frame. Do have a 50-minute candle closing above this little 15-minute support or slash resistance here right here. But as soon as that candle broke above it, we had a massive rejection. In all fairness, if we look at it, price really has been consolidating in like a 40 pip range all morning, because from the bottom of here to the top, maybe about more than 40. That's a 60 pip range. It really hasn't done much though. In all fairness, it hasn't quite moved any distance all morning. It's just been here in that little range here. Come on, guys, don't be afraid to show the channel some love. It's now 8:07 a.m. Yeah, the XY is slipping. Are you still holding your buy, Capo? Or have you taken your profits already? Okay. You exited in profits though. That's it, bro. That's it. That's it. First candle to come and test this area here. So just waiting for this second candle here. If it could close below that 15-minute rejection line, then I will just wait for retracement to the zone and rejection from the zone. On what, Khalid? Price is not below my 215 zone, so I'm looking for shorts right now. So one, I'm waiting for price to close below my 15-minute rejection, then retrace to the zone. No, sells. I'm looking for sells right now, shorts. So when price is above my zone, I look for longs. When price is below my zone, I look for shorts. Hey, official, how are you doing today, my friend? Hope you're having a great day. Because this DXY move is crazy. $2 minutes till this candle close. So where this candle is right now, where the price is right now, would be ideal if we could just get a close below that 15-minute rejection price right there. Yeah, that's definitely going to close below. This is the move that I'm waiting for now. So price has closed below that 15-minute rejection price on the sell side. Just need to wait for price to pull back, test that zone, and reject from that zone. Then I'll be interested in going for a short here. The volume is quite crazy right now. As you can see, the candles are getting massive and massive. So let's see if we can get that retracement. DXY is still pushing up. EU is still falling out of the sky right now at this present time. So just waiting patiently for that retracement back to the zone. Ideally, it does occur today, because the volume can ultimately push it all the way down. But let's see. Anyone in a short right now in gold? It's now 8:16 a.m. here in the UK. We do have 15 minutes left here on stream as well. Nice, Capo. Good, good, good. Just got in from work and eating the pips up on the market. That's really good, bro. Really good. You should have a good day's sleep today, knowing that you're green. Waiting patiently, my friends. And that's perfectly fine, bro. That's perfectly fine. Once you is, I think what really matters is just you on having an understanding of your of what you're doing internally. That's fine. $15-minute rejection line there is acting as a pretty strong resistance, not allowing the price to break back above it. That's cheating, man. But check out Mickey 19 though. It's on Prime Video. I think you should be able to. You might have to purchase it, but I don't think it's a whole lot. You should be able to get it. I watch it in theaters though, but. Okay, price is coming back into the zone. Well, yeah, it's quite simple. So, so to get the 215 zone, the first thing that I would do is that, hold on, let's just let the candle finish. Is that once I come on the charts, once I come on the charts, looking at the charts now, I'm waiting for this candle to close. Right, what I'll do is that this is the current price that gold is trending at right now, so I'll mark it. So I'll highlight there, and then this would basically be my point of interest, right? So that would be my point of interest, and that price is at 3314. Then what I'll do is that I'll measure $2 above from my point of interest. $2 above. So if that was 3314, then this should be 3316, rounding out the cents, 0.45. Then that would be my buy line. Okay. And then I do the same thing as well below, where I measure $2 below from the point of interest. So if it's 3314, it's going to be 3312, 0.45. And then this will be my sell line. And basically in this little space here, in this 40 pip zone here, in this 40 pip range here, this is going to be my 215 zone. So that's how I get the 215 zone. Yeah, I watched Lucy maybe about 3 times. So that's how you get the 215 zone. And then to get the 50-minute rejection prices, you need to be on the 50-minute rejection. You can look for the closest 15-minute support or resistance, or by default, you can just measure 15 pips away from the zone, which most of the times it usually aligns with like a support or a resistance. Like in this instance it does. So this would be like the 50-minute rejection price right here as well. And the same thing you do below is basically the same thing you do on the top. You measure that 15 pips above as well. And then you basically just wait for price to break, test, retest, and then enter. So it's very simple, in all fairness. Don't need any fancy indicators to let you know what to do. So that's it. That's the crash course in under 5 seconds. Let's go back to jump back on the 5-minute time frame here, because the 5-minute time frame is a time frame for entries. Candle coming back into the zone here. It's now 8:22 a.m. here in the UK. We do go live every day from 6:30 a.m. to 5. Well, 6:30 to 5. 6:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. here as well. So if you guys haven't yet subscribed to 215 Trades, definitely do go ahead and do so. That is 215 Trades over there on YT. Okay, we have 7 minutes left here on stream. So if you miss me today, I definitely shall be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. DXY is rejecting. EU, as well, as you can see, is climbing a bit. The funny thing, the thing about it now is that where the price is, if this candle was to close in the zone, if the next candle closed below the zone, it would be confirming a short, and if the next candle was to close back above the zone as well, it would be confirming a long. Because what it has done is that it has done 2 things. It has already tested that 15-minute rejection and closed below it. It has also retraced in the zone and closed in the zone. It did it on both direction of the chart. So basically, whichever direction it goes and close, then that would be the entry that I will be taking. Confused. Well, what I would say, Capo, before you go to bed tonight or today, just check out the YouTube channel. There's a 15-minute video on there that really just explains it as well. But genuinely, it's quite simple, and because you use the fair value gap strategy thing, majority of the times the entries that are confirmed from the 215 zone are basically going to be in alignment to the entries that you are going to be taking on your strategy. But check it out. So just give it a watch. All right, so we know this is where we are now. We're in a neutral position right now here on gold as it relates to the 215 technique. So where it is that it has already it has tested the 15-minute rejection sell side. It has also tested it on the buy side as well. It has closed inside the zone here from the buy side, and has also closed inside the zone here from the sell side. So if the price was to come back and close above the zone right now, that's confirming a long position. If the price was to come down and close below the zone right now, it's confirming a short position because it has already done the test and retracement of the 50-minute rejection price. So that is basically where it is right now, but it's now 8:26 a.m. here in the UK. And as I said, I do go live every day from Mondays through to Fridays, 6:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. 2 hours every day on both channels, on TikTok and also here on YT at 215 Trades. If you haven't yet subscribed to 215 Trades here as yet, please definitely go ahead and do so. Additionally, as well, you can join my Telegram group. My Telegram group is in my TikTok page in the bio, so definitely just go ahead and click that join button as well. You can get my notifications and my breakdown here as well. It's a pretty new channel. I've only been doing this for almost a year now, I believe. So the channel is improving and growing at each time I do go live here as well, and I'm working on things in the background just to make you guys a little bit more comfortable and get more from the 215 experience. DXY sadly still pushing up, getting a small bit of a rejection right there. EU is pulling back just a bit. It has been a very strong downpour right now, and gold right now, if this candle closes here, below my 215 zone, then what I'll be doing here is that I'll be entering a sharp position. I'll be entering a sharp position from here, right? Entering a sharp position from here. Stop loss just at the top of my zone there, and my overall TP is going to be down at my 4-hour support. Likewise, if it was to close above my zone, is that I would enter a long position. Stop loss just at the bottom of my zone, and my full on TP at my 4-hour resistance. So my TP1 will be at the 30-minute support R resistance. TP2 would be at that 1-hour support R resistance. TP3 would be at that 4-hour support R resistance, all depending on the direction that the market push it into. So 1 minute until this candle close. And if it does close below, my zone and it closes in this little area here, not exceeding my 15-minute rejection price, then I'll be interested in trying for that short position. Coming up to the final final seconds of the stream here as well. 45 seconds left here on stream, 45 seconds left for this candle to confirm the entry here as well. So if it does close in that little area here, if it closes between my sell line and my 15-minute rejection line, then I'll be going for that short position. Okay, it has done so. So I'm in a sharp position right now here on gold. Stop loss just at the top of my zone right there. and I'm going to put my full TP down at my 4-hour support. All right, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. As a matter of fact, as I just entered that position right here, let's stay on just a little bit longer and see how this one plays out. Let's give this one 5 additional minutes and see how this one plays out. You were saying something, Capo? Now remember, guys, if you haven't yet subscribed to 215 Trades, definitely do go ahead and do so. That's 215 Trades over here on YouTube. And also as well, the Telegram group is also in the link of the bio here as well. Had price broke below my 215 zone, test my 15-minute rejection price just below here. Has retraced in the zone, closed inside the zone here as well. And I also have majority of my accounts funded on futures, and I'm also funded on FTMO. So I do have, okay, so the candle price has closed inside the zone, and it has now come below the zone and closed below the zone to have confirmed this sharp position here. So I'm in this sharp position right now, and I'm looking to see if I can ride the price down to that 4-hour support here on the lower end. So in 5 minutes, well, in 3 minutes, I'll close the stream out. As remember, I do go live every day, Mondays through Fridays, 6:30 a.m. That's 6:30 UK time to 8:30 UK time as well. Okay. Oh wait, you haven't put in your TPs. Okay, all right, big thank you to all you guys who have been here on here interacting with me. Really do appreciate the support. For all those persons who hit the like button, the subscribe button, and also the share button, I genuinely appreciate it. I am now in this short position right here to see if I can get price to go down to my 4-hour support at 3,300. So guys, that is it for me today. All right, I will see you guys again tomorrow, same time, same place, 6:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. All right, so stay tuned, lock in. All right, subscribe to the YouTube channel at 215 Trades, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. So stay safe, my friends, and happy trading, okay?